Good morning, and welcome back to another episode of Free For All, our free-to-play series part of the Hell Hades free-to-play 2025 challenge. 4-star crit rate gloves. Not a bad start to the day. So, we've had a number of things going on over the course of the last few days since I've last updated you, and most of them revolve around doing the same thing, and you're looking at it. Campaign. Now, we've moved around where we've been doing campaign here or there. And the reason is behind the sets that you can get within these different campaign stages. So, I'm assuming most of you all know that you can get, speed gear here, accuracy there, resistance, lifesteal. Well, we managed to push up into brutal campaign, although we haven't even started to 3-star this. I'm just not in a rush for that. Maybe, amulet. Maybe I should. But either way, so we just hard focused over the last few days at getting Kale 6-star, and we managed to accomplish that. And so now we're asking ourselves, what's next? What's next for this particular account to make sure that we're progressing in the way that we need to be? And even though there's a big initial rush to get, a fast start, people blowing resources, that's not really the free-to-play life. You want to get that fast start. You do want to pull some shards early, all that different stuff. But I think we're just kind of at the point where we have a roster of characters where we don't need to pull shards. And then anybody that we do, once we get a good batch of these champions leveled up, then we can start maybe thinking about when is a good time to pull shards or not. Although, when you see 2 people in your clan with a Harima, it's mighty tempting, folks. So what we're focused on now is who's going to be our next 5-star, because then that person is going to transition into our next 6-star. And I'm hoping by the next couple days, we're just going to burn all of our energy into this. But we're in a weird predicament. Our gear is terrible, complete trash. I'm not sure I have more than 1 or 2 good pieces of gear in the whole account. And I'm talking like even having the proper main stat is a bit of an issue. So, yes, we have some gear. We've gotten, a couple pieces. Like, I guess this is a fairly solid piece. So what I've been focusing on, I think this is the best piece right here. This is the best piece. 5-star, life set. With a double roll in speed, single roll in the HP, and then resistance after that is actually pretty good for Tagore. That's a pretty uncommon piece. So, Kale even is in just some common boots and rare gloves that I happen to stumble across. So we're in a breaking point. Where do we spend our energy? Do we spend our energy farming gear? Or do we spend our energy trying to get the next 6-star? And that's a tough one. Tough to decide. So my natural inclination is let's try to do 2 things at once. Well, I can farm gear here. It will be usable immediately. It won't be good gear. But, I can put, I can get 5-star, if I farm stage 4 and 5, I can get 5-star HP or defense or attack percent or crit rate gloves, because I think I even got a good crit rate gloves on my Cold Heart. Yeah, even 5-star. And, that's going to be pretty impactful for her. And then here, 5-star defense. But obviously, if we were to go and try to max our level, because I haven't gone to any of the dungeons in days. I'm confident I could maybe 10 will be tough to get past because of the amount of magic champions I have. But I'm confident once I could get past that, I could I could approach, probably 11, and then just get a little bit more reliable gear in this situation. Or do I just go ahead and just grind hard, head down and get another 6-star? So my hunch is, and I'm likely to, unless you guys tell me below, that's my route, is I think I'm just going to keep grinding this here until I can get my next 6-star. And then if I get another pair of 5-star crit rate gloves, then I'm going to move on to chests. And then, I'm going to try to get 5-star HP, 5-star defense, 5-star attack percent, any of those. And then I'm going to move on into the next one. And then that would be speed boots. Those are a lot harder to get. And then I'm just going to grind to oblivion those particular speed boots, trying to get a 5-star pair, because we really don't have much. But so that's my current game plan, but it could be altered by your guys' opinions. Like, is it just straight up better just to go into the dungeon and just pause champion training and champion development? Or maybe a better idea is maybe I just go in there and I try to farm up my next person to be 5-star, and then after that I kind of move on from that point. Get a couple 5-stars, then go farm dungeons. That won't take quite as long. We do have Alice on the horizon, but if you recall in my first episode, that first day, my referral link didn't work, so I didn't get to log in until the next. I'm literally just an entire day behind on all this stuff. So it feels like light years I'm behind, even though I'm really not. Okay, let's talk about where I got this guy from. Well, it turns out Welcome Gift. I don't know what the day limit is, but it is not a 24-hour. I got him on day 3 or day 2. The end of day 2, beginning of day 3. So that was a promo code I used. I figure at some point he's going to be super helpful for us. So we put him in a couple pieces, just to try to help him grind through a little bit of campaign when I was doing the Sewers of Arnak missions. When I was doing that in normal, actually, a lot of the champions have already been fed. But what I did is I actually put all 4 food champions in there. So I had, maybe a layout like this, where I had a 4-star chicken that I was trying to get to 5 stars, and I put some just crappy common gear on him, and then I just farmed it. It took a little bit longer, but it was, given how inefficient this was as efficient as it was going to be. And then the next promo code I used was Yearly Gift. That was actually day 1, just energy and all that different stuff. And then the last one that I currently did was PP 500 to get 500 player and play points, because there's this gem at the end of it. So we've just, bypassed the first 1,000 to get to a Morag. She's pretty good, as my understanding. Plus Faction Wars, a Spirit champion that can hit hard. I mean, all that's going to be super helpful. So we hit PP 500 just this morning, but I have not collected the energy, so I'm going to do that right now. And we're going to throw in a ton of multi-battles into this. So tell me down below, what is your game plan of progression? Is it gear? Is it champion development? Is there or something different? I'm not really sure what that other thing could be, because you kind of have to be focusing on those 2 things at all times. Additionally, we were able to get the advanced quest, which means we were able to get into the tag team arena. So my game plan here is pretty simple. I'm going to use all 20 keys every day, and I'm just going to find a fight where I can win one of them every time. And so, this was my fight today. I just put 1 champion here and 1 champion here, and then I'm just going to kill this Spirit Affinity champion over and over and over. And I'm just, for the sake of time, because I don't want to spend time. I don't have time like some people do to play. So I'm just farming this guy over and over and over, and I just kept fighting and winning this one to work up those bars. And then I think I just start that. Man, this is tough. What do I start with? Obviously, energy's big. But man, Might just have to start that Drexar as early as possible. And then, as also a part of free-to-play life, which I'm sure you guys are all aware of, you just got to be grinding every little resource that you can, nonstop. You know, just every resource you get for free is something that you have to try to use or expend. So, just making sure you're taking advantage of that. Like in the arena, it's pretty tough sledding. I'm not really looking forward to whenever the day we get into early gold. I remember that being a pain on the Solely Voids account. But right now we're in a pretty safe spot where we can go and win a good amount of fights, given that we have a 60 and a lot of people don't quite yet. So we've made pretty good progress in some areas, but again, I haven't farmed a dungeon. I take that back. I've been farming the event dungeon periodically, like for, let's say I'm trying to go to bed. I got 40 energy, and ooh, is she gonna solo me? Hopefully not with all the poisons. Oh boy, let's see. No, she's not. She's gonna die. Sorry. You know, and then I'll do the event dungeon just to try to snipe a possible accessory, plus some other like early game usable sets. And it's I'm not farming a crazy high stage, just 8. You know, ideally I would get to 10, but that's just not in the workings right now. Which is again why I'm thinking, hey, let's push into the further, or let's just keep pushing our next 6-star. Okay, so let's go in here and let's make the decision right now, because what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take this. Boom. Is that gonna max her out? Nope, we don't quite have the. All right, so we're gonna level her up, and now we have a decision to make. Who is the next 6-star? Okay, comment down below who you think I should, and then also who you think I will. All right, here's our candidates. I guess we could throw Bellower in that mix also, because Bellower is pretty close. But I think, given that I have a campaign farmer that's adequate right now, I'm not going to worry too much about that. All right. So obviously these two guys are going to heal, but Ugo's going to provide a decreased defense, which is big, in a block buff when he's booked. Tagore, though, is going to be increased speed and a heal. And then obviously Taragi has the ally protect. Man, this is a tough one. Let's just go ahead and make sure we're covering all of our bases here. So for him to be effective, I think he does need to be at 6-star just to absolutely maximize his base stats. But I guess that can be said for everybody. But Tagore, you know, we need him to stay alive so he can continue to support the team with a bigger shield for his HP and an increased speed with a bigger heal. All right, I think I decided. It's going to be my boy Tagore. All right, here he is. Okay, so Tagore is going to be the next 6-star. And then actually after that, then, you know, I mean, it's going to be these 5 champions. That's going to be my first team for sure. You know, after this, we're going to need to get Coldheart to 5 stars at least. So when we decide to try to fight the Spider and we decide to fight the Fire Knight, we have the adequate, we have a champion that can hard carry us there. But yeah, so this is what we're going to do now. We're going to take this, we're going to go in here, and we are going to push a little bit further into the campaign, Brutal campaign, just see if we can kind of finish it out. Actually, what probably a better use of my energy here is just trying to go in 3-star hard in the early stages of Brutal with these two. But I think given that I'm just trying to get Tagore to 6-star, we're going to need more food. So if we can just farm the food all at once. I maybe should have put a couple brews in him. This stage, there's certain areas that are tough because of particular champions that just hit hard that are Force Affinity. Looks like we kind of have this one in the bag, though. Okay, so exciting news. We have decided who our next 6-star is going to be, and we have a direct path to making that happen. Hopefully these boots are good. Speed. Gosh dang it. All right. Don't forget to like and subscribe, folks. And I'll see you on the other side.